Beloved child of God, you may think your healing is just about you, your freedom, your peace, your restoration, but heaven sees more, because every time you heal, hell loses territory. Every time you rise from something that tried to bury you, someone else gets permission to believe they can too. That's the power of your process. You didn't walk through fire just to come out with singed clothes and a quiet testimony. You came out carrying the flame, a fire that will ignite healing in others. That anxiety you overcame, it will calm someone else's storm. That trauma you faced head-on, it will be the light for someone still walking through darkness. That sickness that almost broke you, it will become the evidence that God still heals. He comforts us in all our troubles so that we can comfort others. 2 Corinthians 1:4. Your story was never meant to end with survival. Survival is just the seed. Multiplication is the fruit. You're not just getting healed so you can feel better. You're getting healed so you can become a walking breakthrough for others. Healed people carry something different. They carry hope that can't be explained and authority that can't be faked. They walk into rooms and atmospheres shift. They speak and chains start breaking off of people they don't even know. And the best part? You don't have to wait until you're completely whole to be used. God starts using your healing in progress. He uses the tears and the testimony, the process and the promise. Because there is someone out there right now praying for the same miracle you're walking through. And when your breakthrough shows up, it won't just be for you. It will echo, it will ripple, it will heal others. So don't minimize your process. Don't hide the places God is restoring. And don't wait until your story feels polished to let it be powerful. Your healing is the answer to someone else's cry. You are being raised up, not just as the healed, but as a healer, a hope bearer, a witness of resurrection power. Your healing will heal others. So keep going. Someone is waiting. Chapter 1. You are someone's proof that healing is possible. Beloved child of God, you don't realize it yet, but someone's deliverance is waiting on your breakthrough. Your healing journey is not just personal, it's prophetic. Every scar that's turning into strength, every place you're allowing God to restore, is becoming a signpost for someone else. We live in a world full of people silently breaking, waiting, hoping, praying for proof that healing is real. You are that proof. That's why the enemy came for you so hard. Not just to take you out, but to silence the sound your healing will make. Because healed people don't stay quiet. They love louder. They lead deeper. They speak truth with fire in their voice and freedom in their presence. They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. Revelation 12:11. Your testimony doesn't need to be polished. It just needs to be told. When you speak of your healing, heaven backs you. Your words carry weight. They become a weapon in the spirit realm, shattering shame, crushing lies, awakening hope in people who were ready to give up. Your story holds resurrection power because it's drenched in the evidence of God's faithfulness. You may feel like you're still in the middle of your mess, but God can use the middle just as powerfully as the miracle. In fact, that's where most people are. In the middle. When you dare to share from that place, raw, real, still in process, it tells others, you don't have to wait until it's all perfect to trust God. You don't have to be finished to be full of purpose. If He's healing me, He can heal you too. That's the gospel in action. The healing of one becomes the hope of many. So keep going, not just for you, but for the ones connected to your obedience, the ones watching how you worship while waiting, the ones learning how to trust again because you chose not to give up. You are someone's answered prayer in progress. And when you get to the other side of this, and you will, don't hide the story. Let it speak. Let it stretch. Let it heal. Because your breakthrough is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of someone else's. Chapter 2. Your scars are now weapons. Beloved child of God, you may have carried your scars like burdens for a long time, hidden, ashamed, or wishing they'd just disappear. But what if those very scars are not your weakness, but your greatest strength? God doesn't waste pain. He doesn't discard the places that hurt. Instead, He transforms those broken places into weapons, tools of healing and freedom for others. The enemy wanted those scars to keep you silent, defeated, and disconnected from your destiny. But heaven has a different plan. Every wound you've endured has sharpened a weapon in your spiritual arsenal. Your scars are battle marks, proof of survival through God's grace. They hold authority over every lie the enemy told you. You are too broken to be used. Your story isn't worthy. You'll never be free. Those lies fall flat against the power of your testimony. You might not see it yet, but your scars are active declarations of victory. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. When you feel weak, remember, God's power flows through that weakness. Your scars are evidence that He is strong. That means every time you share your story, every time you walk boldly through life unashamed, you are weaponizing your healing. And here's the most beautiful part. The weapon isn't meant just for you. It's meant to pierce the darkness around others, to cut through their fear and hopelessness. Your scars become a beacon of hope for those still hurting. They say, if He can heal this, He can heal you. So don't bury your scars. Don't hide your pain under shame or comparison. Instead, carry them proudly as trophies of God's faithfulness. You are not defined by what broke you. You are defined by what God has made you in spite of it. Your scars are no longer wounds. They are weapons of healing, hope, and authority. And they triumphed over him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. Revelation 12:11. Your testimony is your sword. Your scars are the power behind it. Let God continue to use your story to tear down strongholds, set captives free, and build a generation of healed warriors. Remember, your scars are not just marks of your past. They are keys to someone else's breakthrough. You are a warrior, a survivor, a healer. Your scars are your weapons. Chapter 3. Your pain has purpose. Beloved child of God. Pain is one of the hardest experiences to walk through, but it is never without purpose. In the midst of your struggle, it may feel like you're just surviving moment by moment, trying to keep your head above water. But God's heart is to use every tear, every trial, and every test to shape you into something greater than you can imagine. Your pain is not wasted. It's being refined. It's being molded into a tool that will not only bring your own healing, but also bring healing to others. The enemy wants you to believe that pain is the end of your story, that it defines you and limits your future. But God sees differently. He sees your pain as a platform from which your breakthrough will rise. We also rejoice in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope. Romans 5:3-4. Every painful moment is building perseverance within you. It is creating character that cannot be shaken. It is giving birth to hope that radiates from your soul. Your pain is the soil where hope grows. The more you allow God to work through your pain, the more you become a living testimony of His power and love. Your story becomes a lighthouse to those navigating their own storms. When you share your journey, raw, real, and honest, you give others permission to face their own pain without shame. You remind them that healing is possible, that joy can be restored, that scars can be transformed into stories of victory. Pain has a purpose beyond what you can see right now. It's preparing you to be a healer, a hope bearer, a beacon for someone else's breakthrough. You are not defined by your pain. You are defined by what God is doing through it. So don't hide your pain. Don't bury it in shame or fear. Bring it to the light. Let God use it to shine hope into the darkest places, because your pain is powerful, and your purpose is greater than your pain. Chapter 4. Healing is a journey, not a destination. Beloved child of God. It's easy to believe that healing is a finish line, a moment in time when everything suddenly feels perfect and all the pain disappears. But healing is rarely a straight path or a single event. Healing is a journey, a process, a daily choice to keep moving forward even when the road feels long and uncertain. Sometimes the progress feels slow or invisible. You might wonder if you're really changing at all, or if the pain will ever truly fade. But God sees every step, even the ones you can't see yourself taking. He is faithful in the waiting, powerful in the moments when you feel weak, and steady when you want to give up. Healing is not about perfection, it's about presence. God's presence in your story, and your presence in the process. It's about showing up for yourself with grace, patience, and hope. Trusting that every tear, every breakthrough, every setback is part of a greater masterpiece, being woven together by the Creator. Remember, Jesus Himself walked through suffering. He knows what it means to carry pain. But He also shows us that healing comes through persistence, faith, and the courage to keep trusting even when the outcome isn't clear. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Hebrews 12:1. You are running a race marked by God's purpose and promise. You don't have to have it all figured out to keep going. You don't have to feel perfectly healed to be a light to others. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Every moment you choose hope over despair, faith over fear. You are walking your healing journey in a way that inspires others to do the same. Healing is not a destination reserved for a select few. It is available to you every day, and every day, as you move forward, your healing journey becomes a living testimony of God's relentless love. So when you feel tired, discouraged, or ready to quit, remember this: your healing is not about arriving at some distant shore. It's about learning to dance in the waves. It's about trusting the one who holds your hand through the storms. And it's about shining your light for others, still navigating their own journeys. Keep going. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Your journey will not only heal you, it will heal others. Chapter 5. When your healing inspires a movement. Child of God. Healing is not just a personal milestone. It is the starting point of a movement. When God heals you, He is not simply restoring your life. He is planting a seed that will grow into something much larger than yourself. Your healing has the power to inspire, to unite, and to ignite change in the lives of countless others. Think about the ripple effect of a single drop of water. It touches everything around it, spreading far beyond where it first landed. Your healing is like that drop, quiet at first, but destined to move mountains. Every breakthrough you experience becomes an invitation for others to believe they can break free too. Every time you choose faith over fear, hope over despair, you become a leader in a movement of restoration. The enemy may try to minimize your healing, whispering that it's just a personal victory, but God knows the truth. Your healing is revolutionary. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14. When you walk in your healing, you shine a light that can't be ignored. People are drawn to that light. They see in you what they long to have for themselves: freedom, peace, and wholeness. That's how movements start. They start with one healed heart, willing to show up fully, imperfect, in progress, and powerful. Your story has the power to change communities, churches, families, and generations, because healing is contagious. Hope spreads when it's modeled authentically. Freedom grows when it's lived out boldly. And restoration becomes a reality when one person says, "I've been there, I've been broken, and God brought me through." So don't shrink back. Don't silence your story. Don't believe the lie that your healing is small or insignificant. It's not just for you. It's for everyone who's watching, listening, and waiting for their own breakthrough. Your healing is a movement in motion, and it's just getting started. God is raising up a generation of healed warriors who will carry the fire of restoration to the ends of the earth. Will you be one of them? Will you step fully into your calling as a catalyst for healing, hope, and transformation? The world is waiting for the light only you can shine. Your healing will heal others, and your movement starts now. Chapter 6. Embracing your healing in the midst of waiting. Beloved child of God, healing often doesn't come on our timetable. Sometimes it arrives in the quiet, unseen moments, or it seems delayed altogether. Waiting can be one of the hardest parts of the journey. It tests your faith, stretches your patience, and challenges your hope. But waiting is not wasted time. It's a sacred space where God is working deeply, preparing you, strengthening you, and refining your heart. The waiting season invites you to trust not just the outcome, but the process itself. It teaches you to lean into God's presence rather than rush to the destination. It shows you that even when healing feels far off, God's grace is close enough to hold you steady. But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently. Romans 8:25. Waiting is an act of faith, choosing to believe in God's promises even when you can't see the proof yet. In these moments, you can embrace your healing in progress, recognizing that every small victory, every quiet shift, is part of God's perfect timing. Remember, the Israelites wandered in the wilderness for 40 years before entering the Promised Land. Their waiting was not aimless. It was preparation for a new identity, a new inheritance. Your waiting can be the same, a time of preparation for a breakthrough that will impact not just your life, but the lives of many others. When you embrace the waiting, you discover a deeper trust in God's goodness and timing. You learn that healing is not just about fixing what's broken, but about becoming more like Jesus through the process. Even in waiting, you are being healed. You are being shaped into a vessel, ready to carry God's healing power with even greater strength and compassion. So don't despair when healing seems slow or incomplete. Don't give up when the waiting feels endless. Instead, stand firm in the promise that God is working all things together for your good. Your healing is unfolding in God's perfect time. And when it comes, it will carry a power far beyond what you can imagine. Your waiting is not wasted. It is the quiet preparation of a testimony that will heal others. Keep trusting. Keep hoping. Your breakthrough is coming, and your healing in the waiting will heal others. Chapter 7. The Power of Testimony. Your story changes lives. Beloved child of God, your story is more powerful than you realize. It's not just a recounting of past pain or struggle, it's a living, breathing testimony of God's faithfulness, healing, and redemption. When you share your story, you don't just inspire hope, you ignite change. There is an ancient power in testimony. Throughout Scripture, we see how the words of those who have been healed and delivered carry authority to break chains, silence lies, and awaken faith in others. They triumphed over him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. Revelation 12:11. Your testimony is a weapon against the darkness. It is proof that no matter how deep the wound, God's healing is deeper still. But your testimony is more than just words. It is the invitation for others to believe they too can overcome. Every time you choose to speak your truth, especially when it's vulnerable and raw, you create space for someone else's healing to begin. You might feel hesitant or fearful to share your story. You might worry about judgment or rejection. But remember, your story is not for everyone. It's for the people who need it most. The ones walking through similar struggles. The ones desperate for proof that healing is possible. The ones praying for a sign that God is still in the business of restoration. When you open your heart, you become a beacon for those lost in the dark. You become a voice that shatters silence and breaks strongholds. Your testimony bridges the gap between pain and healing, fear and faith, bondage and freedom. And here's the beautiful truth. Your story is still unfolding. You don't have to wait until it's perfect, complete, or polished to share it. God can use your in-progress story as powerfully as your testimony of triumph. Your vulnerability carries strength. Your honesty carries authority. Your courage carries freedom. So don't bury your story. Don't underestimate the impact your words can have. Speak life over your healing. Speak hope over your future. Speak faith over your journey. Because your testimony is not just your own. It belongs to the generations waiting to be set free. Your healing will heal others. Your story will change lives. Your voice will make a difference. Beloved child of God, your healing is a legacy. As you come to the end of this devotional journey, remember this. Your healing is not just for today, it's a legacy for tomorrow. You have been through the fire. You have walked through valleys of pain, fear, and uncertainty. But you didn't come through untouched. You came through transformed. Your healing is a testimony to God's relentless love and faithfulness. It is a living proof that no matter how broken the past, restoration is possible. But this is only the beginning. Your healing will heal others. Every scar you carry, every story you share, every moment you choose hope over despair, it sends ripples far beyond what you can see. You are part of a great cloud of witnesses, a generation rising to carry the light of healing and hope into dark places. So don't stop now. Keep walking your path with courage. Keep sharing your story with boldness. Keep believing in the power of your healing to change lives. Because your journey is a beacon. Your life is a bridge. Your healing is a legacy. And there are people waiting, people praying, people longing for the breakthrough only you can carry. Keep going, keep shining, keep healing, Your healing will heal others, and the world needs your light.